Hello there, Ray here, and we are here on the ProtoTech Survival server. And we're going to be starting up a new project, so if you guys have been following us on Twitter as well as on the streams, you'll know that we are working on a new jungle perimeter. So that's what I'm going to be helping the guys with. So this is a project by Kika as well as Cats. So Kika is a member that really enjoys his parrots, and Cats is a guy who really enjoys his cats. So they're going to build a parrot farm as well as a cat farm out here in the jungle. So our job is to build up the mini three-dimensional TNT queries that Pingu and I designed and destroy all the blocks in this entire perimeter, because for the parrot farms, we can actually have them spawn very low down, which will really increase the spawns. You might be wondering, why are we even doing a parrot or a cat farm? Well, because here in ProtoTech, we pretty much have every single farm possible in Minecraft, and since we did all the easy ones, now we're going for more of the challenging ones. Because the ProtoTech server is so old and we never plan on resetting the map, meaning that we're going to have the same map as we continue throughout the years, goals are pretty outrageous as we're trying to build farms to farm every single type of mob, item, and block in the game. And if you've seen our zoo area, we're also trying to collect every single type of mob in the game, as well as rare types of blocks and items. So making a cat and parrot farm actually make a lot of sense. But the main reason for having a parrot and cat farm is because Kika with his parrots will go over and kill Katz's cats, and Cats will go over to Kika's place and kill his parrots. So therefore, they're always missing cats and parrots, and they need to have a farm to resupply all those pets that they have as they continue to kill each other's pets off. So enjoy the footage of us clearing out an entire jungle perimeter. That was actually a lot of fun. Just was doing a lot of AFKing on my other account over top of this entire perimeter. You can see it did a really good job at removing majority of all the stone. Now if you guys do want to get a hold of that TNT query, that one was designed for 1.12, but we did also design one for 1.13 Common and I. It also works in versions of 1.14 as well. I'll put the link down in the description. And all we really had to do is scoop up the lava lakes and water lakes that were up high, and then all we're really left with here is these low down lava lakes. So rather than manually going around and scooping these all up with some buckets or taking them out with some sand, we decided to design a new type of fly machine which would come in here and destroy this lava. So Katz, Aztec, and I came up with a fly machine which is a 3-dimensional lava punching fly machine. So it's really small, but it's going to sweep across this entire perimeter and punch out all the lava. And there's any stone, like the one I'm standing on right now, it actually has some pistons in front, which will push it forward, and it'll push it all the way to the very end of the perimeter. So I have some footage of us running these fly machines across this entire perimeter and removing all the lava. Enjoy! That really saved on a lot of manual work, so it wasn't too hard to set up those little devices. You seen the slime stone was pretty small. You kind of seen that there was a 2-directional fly machine that was going back and forth, and you seen that there were some pushing devices in the front. And then after it went all the way to the end and pushed all the blocks to the end of the perimeter, then it went all the way back and went to its docking slime stone part, and then that piece moved it all over by one, and then it just continued doing that. So it would go down and back, and then it would move over, and it kept doing this until it went across the entire perimeter. Now, even though it took several hours, I think that was about 40 hours worth of footage there. It was all AFK, so it was really easy for me. I could just plop my AFK account on it, and the whole thing be working while I'm working on other stuff. That's kind of the whole idea of the ProtoTech server, is to automate stuff so that we don't have to be doing stuff so manually. But you did see it was kind of a concept. We came up with a couple different designs, and some of them kind of got stuck on some of the walls at the very end. So we came up with some new designs and fixed some stuff. And also some of the lava columns were a little bit too thick worth of stone, so it wasn't able to push, since it only could push 12 meters worth of stone. So we went in there and kind of made them a little bit smaller so I could push them across. But all in all, we pushed the lava all the way back, so it's no longer part of the perimeter that we're going to put the farms in. And since the ProtoTech server is never resetting, we have to kind of think of the future. Our goal here on ProtoTech is to go ahead and try to have a perimeter for every single type of biome that we currently have, and to make that perimeter all the way down to the Y0 bedrock. This way in the future, if we ever need a perimeter with a very low Y level, such as like a 1.13 where they change away mob spawns, instead of it's per subchunk, it's per Y level. So by having the farms quite low, you're going to actually have better spawns. That means we're going to have to do mass amounts of bedrock breaking, and in this version, which is 1.12, the easiest way to do large amounts of bedrock breaking is that method I showed with dragon eggs. So we're going to build up our nice and simple dragon egg dropper. This is a way to do mass amounts of bedrock breaking, and it's completely AFKable, so we can actually AFK this for an infinite amount of time, and it will keep on working. If you would like to know more about how this bedrock breaking method works, I did do an entire video going over the entire explanation, which I'll also link down in the description. Enjoy the footage of me AFKing and breaking over 100,000 blocks of bedrock in this perimeter alone. So we had some issues with the dragon egg dropper over here at the cat perimeter. It seems that there is another zombie that is loading it, causing the area to be loaded around the lazy processing chunk detector. And this is causing it so that if the player moves away, it doesn't properly unload, and therefore it doesn't drop the eggs. So what we got is a mod that 0x and Earth Computer and XCOM built up. It's really cool. So I'm currently running a backup of the server, and if I go ahead and press F6, it pulls up this screen here. This allows us to see all the chunks that are being loaded in an area. This is currently where I am at. I'm right here in the center. And then I can do the minimap follow so that I can see the minimap on the top. And this chunk here, right here, is where the lazy processing chunk detector is. That's this little minecart that's flickering this rail on and off. And I'm going to mark this down and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I marked the chunk down. So if I move away, you can see I'm the X, I'm moving away. The square is the area that we marked, and let's just go ahead and move out a little bit. I'm going to zoom out the map a little bit so if something else happens in the area you can kind of see it. Let's go a little bit more there. Okay, so now moving away from the dragon egg dropper, you can see chunks are unloading on the outside. Let's continue to unload. On this test area over here, I have the chunks set to 15. That is different than our other server, but we'll still get the same effect when we move away. So you can kind of see that very edge right there. On the top there is a blue line that's being loaded, and that is caused from the zombie. So if we go in, let's go back to here and right click on this blue here. This tells you why it was loaded. So it was loaded by entity zombie. So this is a similar problem that we had before where the zombie was trying to pathfind, and he was trying to go pathfind over here. And because the zombie was pathfinding, he was actually loading extra chunks around here, which was causing him to pretty much cause the lazy processing chunk detector to not go off properly. And this was causing eggs not to break the bedrock properly, and that was causing the machine to stop. So now we're just going to go in there and go ahead and kill off that zombie. Then we should be able to restart up the dragon egg dropper and finish the rest of the perimeter. As you can see, we got the majority all done. We just have to do these last about 5 chunks or so all the way to that beacon there. and the zombie was causing problems, but now we know what the problem is, and as we suspected, it was a zombie here that was pathfinding, and this tool is really cool, and if you guys want to know more about this tool, I'll put links down in the description. It's part of the Carpet mod, and it's called a chunk debugging tool, and it's really nice. It tells you like what exactly is loading chunks, and when the chunks are loaded, a lot of information here where you can go like back in time, and you can see exactly what was causing chunks to unload. Then you can like click on chunks and like right click them and see exactly what was causing that chunk to load. Like I can click on this chunk here and it says it was loaded because of the player, and it also tells you like when it unloads during autosaves and other stuff. Really cool mod that the guys made and really useful to figure out why chunks are loading, especially let's say you got a server, you got a bunch of chunks loading, you don't know what's all going on with it. Yeah, definitely check out this mod. Okay, so we're back here on ProtoTech, and the zombie's off in this direction. Here's my spectator account, and it's right over here in this water. As you can see, the zombie can load chunks quite far away. It's loading chunks way over there. That's about 4 or 5 chunks away. I think it's 4 chunks away. And you can see the zombie picked up a squid ink, and it looks like maybe a squid spawned in here and died, and he picked it up. A lot of times you also see where mobs will get near lava and die, and then the zombies will be able to pick them up. It might have happened quite a while ago because we had the mob switch on for quite a while, so he couldn't spawn recently, but it's probably early times when the guys were working on the perimeter here. So let's go ahead and find this guy and get him killed. Okay, I think this is the cave where he's at. It's probably back down in here. Here's some water. I should probably knock out some of this water. Might be the water. Oh, there he is. Haha, I found him. Okay, let's kill this guy. So he will no longer cause problems. So now we can go back and let's get my other accounts on. Let's start up the drag and dropper here at the cat perimeter. And yeah, I'd be glad to get this finished because we're really close to it. And this one last chunk is causing problems. A couple times I just ran it figuring maybe it was just some fluke thing, but yeah, it happened. It broke like 3 times in rows, and I was like, well, it's probably a zombie causing chunks to be loaded like last time. But yeah, that's what it turned out to be. I'll get my account logged in back here again, and looks like everything else is ready to set to turn it on again. Guys, we did it. We went ahead and we blew up all the trees in this entire perimeter. We went and removed all that stone all the way down to lava. We swept away all the lava. We went and built up this amazing bedrock breaking flying machine. And we went across the entire thing and broke all that bedrock, giving us a nice flat surface to build up the farms. Now it's up to Kika as well as Cats to put in their farms, and then we'll probably come in with a nice wall design, probably using Doge's AFK wall builders, which is a very simple design. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down in the description. You can see that Cat's been working in the background on his farm already. I'm not sure if they're going to go in with the floor design either, but putting in the walls at least, it'll look a lot nicer as we'll kind of cover up all this other rugged edges you see here, and it should come out pretty nice. And then we'll actually be done with this perimeter, and that'll be just another 2 mobs we can cross off the list out of all the mobs to farm up in Minecraft. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and if you guys did, be sure to go ahead and subscribe. But I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I have fun in survival. Bye-bye!